Hello everyone and welcome to this video tutorial on how to create songs for Ultrastar. In this tutorial I'll be going through the three main steps of creating a song, and those three steps are the tapping, fine-tuning, setting the pitches. And the first step, and you would say the easiest step of this process, is the tapping. The tapping gives you sort of a rough outline of what's to become the final product, an Ultrastar song. In essence, what you do when tapping is giving the words and syllables being sung in your song that you're working on timestamps, which the software Vocalux or Ultrastar Deluxe or whatever you're using know what word is being sung at what exact time. And later on we'll be talking about the pitches, because in the metadata file that the creation will end up in, you will also have to set the particular pitches for every single word and syllable. For the process of tapping, I'll be using this software, Ultrastar Creator. And I'd like to say thanks to Boning for creating this excellent software, and especially that he's implemented some new nifty features that I'll get to in a minute. But before we do anything else, I'd like to make you aware of what Boning has written in this section here, in this box, because you have to prepare the lyrics before you start doing the tapping. And in Ultrastar Creator, you use this sign here for telling the different syllables apart. The different words you don't have to tell apart, you just use an ordinary blank space, but different syllables you have to use this sort of enhanced dot to tell the syllables apart. And then when there's a pitch shift within a word or a syllable, you use the dots together with a tilde. So keep that in mind when we now choose the song that we're going to work with in this tutorial, and it will be Depeche Mode's old classic, The Meaning of Love. So now we've gotten here, and now we have to find the lyrics to edit before we start doing the tapping. So you can either go online and find the lyrics yourself and do the edit manually, or, and this is one of the new nifty features I was talking about, you can let Ultrastar Creator look at musicsmatch.com and see if it finds the lyrics there. So I press the button, and yeah, the Depeche Mode song could be found. So what Ultrastar Creator has done here is it's used sort of predefined words. There are let's call it word file. So I don't from the top of my head I can't come up with anything more clever to call it than that. But for different languages, there are files where words are predefined in this sense. So it already tells the syllables apart. If we take manner, for instance, you can see that it's divided into two syllables, and so on. But now we have to do some more edits, because most likely not all words have been syllabified already, because there could be, words that aren't in those language files, or there could be sort of slang expressions that are not commonly used, so you have to go through it. And sometimes a word is being sung that they're not actually singing it as, for instance, two syllables. They're just singing it as one syllable, like it's just one word constituted by one syllable. So you have to go through the lyrics first before you start doing the tapping, because at this stage you'd like to do as much pre-edit as you could or can, because that will make it easier in the next step when you're doing the fine-tuning. So what Boning has done here is also implemented sort of a check and fine-tune lyrics function, so you can listen to the song here. I'm not going to do that though, because what I do usually is that I so I'll use this folder where I got the song, and I use VLC because I find it easy to go back and forth, especially when you're working on a song which is sort of a high tempo, and which comes at you at when the lyrics are sung at the fast pace or coming at you at the high speed. So it's easy to go back and forth, or you can slow down the song as well to make it easy to sort of get what they're actually singing and how they're singing. So just let me listen to the first couple of lines here, because when we get to the fifth line, as you could hear there, when Dave Gann was singing the word love in the fifth line, he did two pitch shifts, or three if you count the first one, which means that I have to add manually, like this. Oh, that was that was not the correct. I see. So, let's see if there you go, and then I do like this, because when I do the tapping, I will tap 3 times for that word. First for the word itself, and then the 2 pitch shifts that follows the first pitch that I began saying. So, and I'll now go through the whole song before I start doing the tapping. But what I usually do then is I I'll do the traditional way in a notepad file. So I'll now do all the edits. For instance, I will get rid of these brackets and so on, and I'll be working my way through this. And then instead of using the lyrics as a way as it is now, I'll be uploading my file instead, that I'm working outside of the software. Okay, so I've prepared my lyrics now, so we can get on with the tapping. And before we do the actual tapping, I'll just show you one thing here, because now I want to use this file instead of using the lyrics that I retrieved from the musicsmatch.com. So I'll show you just one thing here, because this is, I think it's a common mistake, and perhaps if you don't know how to solve this, because now it looks like shit now that I picked the file that I've been using for the edits of the lyrics. So and this is because you're using special characters. You have to save the notepad file as UTF-8 with bomb instead of the regular UTF-8. So now that I've done that, I'll choose that file again, and you see it looks like it's supposed to look. So okay, and now we're going to start the tapping, the actual tapping. And before we do that, I'd just like to say that most of the time, if not all the times, I think you do best if you lower the speed of the song. Or when it comes to a song like this one that we're working on, it's a necessity actually, because otherwise it's impossible to get anything near right. Well, the ambition is not to get it right as such, but close enough so you don't get to do too much work when it will come to the fine tuning. So I'll try with 70% or so. Yeah, let's try that one and see if. And I'll just skip forward a bit here. I think the song starts at about 24 seconds or so. Okay, so here we go. and you use this, regular space. Oh, here we go. You can see there. Oh, then and then you just keep on pressing the well, you do the tapping all the way through the song, and then you save it at the end as the rough outlines I was talking about earlier. You use the space key to tap, and then if you want to go back one word or a couple of words or syllables, you use the X key, and you can go back and forth and whatever. But then you work your way through the songs, and then when you've done that, yeah, we'll get to the next phase, which is the second phase, the fine tuning.